First, thank you very much. Today is an amazing day. Before I continue, my mom wanted me to say hello. So, my mom, if you're out watching, hello, Mom. But this is awesome to get a chance to be here. I'm really excited to be with the New York Mets organization. Heard a lot about them, learning a lot about them. Great chance to be with some good teammates and an organization that is very prideful, tradition, in a great city, in the best market to play in. Overly excited to stay in New York and continue my career as a New York Met and to go out there and win as often as possible. And excited to start my career today as a New York Met. So thank you very much for that, and we'll continue on.
If we just come up with a little picture. Okay, there we go. Kurtz, get on this side, please. Good to go? Set? Great. Yeah. We have a couple questions. Read the Curtis to Sandy. Okay. Yes, sir.
Hey, Curtis, Andrew from Outside Pitch Sports Network. Congratulations on the deal. Really, is David Wright one of the main focal points and recruiters to coming to the New York Mets?
Sorry about that. Actually, yes, David Wright was very important in that. He was actually one of the first people to contact me via text before we even got to the negotiation part with the Mets, and he was one of the first people to congratulate me. Got a chance to play against David Wright in the Florida State League in 2003, and ever since then we've always had a relationship from afar, but whenever we get a chance to talk to each other, the conversation is like we've known each other our whole career, and I'm really excited to get a chance to play with him. And now I just found out we've been living right next door to each other, so that'll hopefully continue to remain or be relatively close to that, and then we'll be on the field together going out there winning baseball games.
Any other questions? Okay, Brett.
Curtis, Amanda Rykoff, Outside Corner. How important was it for you to try to stay in New York, where you've obviously enjoyed nice success with the Yankees, but also been a very important part of the community?
The big thing with New York is, like you mentioned, the community part of it has been amazing. With my grandkids' foundation being established and getting a chance to grow in New York, what better way to continue to grow it in the best place possible in New York, doing great things with the kids in the community, baseball, and what better place to do that with the New York Mets. It's absolutely amazing, and I'm excited about playing there, continuing to grow there, and continuing to grow the foundation there as well.
Any other? You're right over here. Go ahead.
Curtis, could you just tell us your thought process in deciding on the Mets and why you feel this is the right fit for you?
Well, there was a lot of homework that was going to be involved into the process. I said that from day one. I'm a very analytical person, and I looked at a bunch of different things. The fact that Sandy Allison met us down in San Diego, and we got a chance to have dinner and have some very yummy salmon, which was very amazing. Kick-started a lot of those things, a lot of the conversations and phone calls, David Wright reaching out to me, and then just the organization as a whole. From top to bottom, there's some amazing things throughout this organization that I'm really excited to be a part of. And when weighing every possible opportunity for me, it was the best fit possible. My parents were overly excited about it, and obviously they had one of the big votes on that. So everybody's excited about the move here.
In the back, John.
Curtis, was 4 years a make-or-break deal for you?
It was definitely an exciting thing. I wanted to play as long as I could, and to get a chance to be with such a great organization like the Mets for as long as possible was amazing. So the fact that a fourth year was on the table, I was overly excited about that. It showed their commitment in myself and what I wanted to give back to them, and the fact that a plan can be in place and can be executed over the duration of the contract.
Okay, Marty over here.
Eno Saris Pangros. Is the home park, is going to be very different. Is that something you're thinking about? Are you going to be adjusting your game at all? Is it something you've thought about at all?
No, not at all. You know, there's 30 ballparks, and all of them are all different in their own way, and they all have pros and cons no matter what it happens to be, and I'm looking forward to getting out there and just, one, playing defense, two, hitting the baseball, seeing where it's going to bounce around, getting a chance to run, and seeing some great fans come out there. A lot of the people I've met in New York have always said that true New Yorkers are Mets fans, so I'm excited to get a chance to see them all out there.
We might have you. Yeah, Tim.
Curtis, can you tell us why you chose number 3, leaving the Yankees? Obviously, you couldn't wear Babe Ruth.
That was my birth month, so born in the month of March. Again, mom and dad very important in that decision-making process, and when given all the opportunities or all the options that were available, they said, go with number 3. So we actually pulled up a couple different images to see what it would look like, and I liked it. So it's my first single digit I've ever had, and excited to have it. I feel like some of the other ones I'm not physically big enough to wear, so the fact that number 3 is good, I'm a little guy, so it all worked out.
Okay, Andy in the corner.
Curtis, you accomplished a lot with the Yankees, and they've spent a good bit of money this year. Were you surprised at all they weren't more aggressive in pursuing you to come back?
Was I surprised that out there were more, or not as
with
more?
Other guys? Yeah.
You know, there were conversations right away about the way that they were considering things, but they were open with me. They said, hey, we had a couple other options that we're considering. I said, I completely understand. We're also doing the exact same thing. So I understand business is business, and depending on which way they wanted to go, which they decided to do, they made those options to do so. And I'm glad, again, the Mets were there, you know, constantly on me and pushing and showing the interest. And you want to go where you're needed and wanted, and the Mets definitely wanted me, and I'm excited to be here.
Hey, Curtis. Wanted to find out 10 years into the career now, and David obviously in that locker room as well. Can I ask what the conversation was about what the role is beyond stats, numbers, and everything else to help turn this thing?
The big thing right now is to get things in place, understanding from it's going to take 25 guys plus the 40-man plus the whole organization to get us to where we want to do, and that's continue to win baseball games. The fact that they were third place in the NL East means that we have room to improve, but there's a lot of room where we can improve, and I'm excited for that. If there's any story that can be said out there, you saw it happen last year with Boston going from last to first, and any team has an opportunity to go out there and win. And this organization as a whole, with the pieces that they have, such as David Wright and the rest of the cast out there, we have everything in place to go out there and do some amazing things.